Hi, I'm Craig Bell.
And I'm John Perkins.
John, you look a little tired today. Did you get any sleep last night?
Not much.
Not much.
I've been sick and
You need to. Is your pillow good? Maybe you need a My Pillow.
I got a My Pillow.
Okay, maybe you need some Bowling Branch sheets or something. I don't know.
I probably can't afford them.
You probably need some coffee.
Food for the soul, helping you to thrive. 5 minutes to renew your mind. Take 5.
Well, John, we certainly live in a busy world, don't we?
Yes.
You would think with all the technology we have that things would not be busier, but we'd be less busy. I mean, we got machines to wash the dishes, machines to sweep the floors, machines to wash the clothes. We have cars that practically drive themselves now. We have instant coffee pots. We have microwaves, all of this time-saving stuff, but we don't have no time.
Yeah.
So I don't understand what went wrong, but we're so busy that we rarely have time for the word rest these days.
Yeah.
It's do more.
Go,
Run, get it done.
buy, and spend.
Buy and spend. But the Bible has an interesting concept for us as believers. It's called rest. Jesus said in Matthew 11, 28 through 30, some of the most popular scripture verses in the Bible, "Come unto me, all ye that labor and are heavy laden, and I will give you rest." And just that thought there, the laboring is something that you do. That's you running around crazy in circles. You're laboring, you're working hard, you're doing it, getting it done, and are heavy laden. That's things that you didn't do, but people are putting on you. They're overloading you. Everybody has their expectations. Hey, do this, and they're loading you down. So you got what you've done to yourself. You've got what people have done to you. If you fit in those categories, Jesus has a good word for you. I will give you rest. And then he describes what this rest looks like. It looks like a yoke. Now, a yoke in the old days, yoke was brought out to do work.
To do work, yeah.
Yeah, it was a working thing. So wait a minute. He's talking about rest, but now he's talking about work. And he says we got to take a yoke on us if we want this rest. And he says we're going to learn of him because he's meek and lowly in heart. If you do this, you shall find rest for your souls, because my yoke is easy, my burden is light.
Yeah.
And I think the concept he's teaching us here is that when you yoke up with Jesus, he does the work. He does the pulling. He does the heavy lifting.
Yeah. In Jeremiah chapter 6 and verse 16, Jeremiah says, "This saith the Lord, stand in the ways, seek and ask for the old path. Where is the good way? Walk therein, and you shall find rest for your souls." But they said, "We will not walk therein." So even Jeremiah, in Jeremiah's day, he was saying, go back to the good way and walk therein, and then you're going to find rest. And they said, we won't do it.
Yeah. There's a whole concept of doing but resting. When you walk into an elevator, you begin to climb flights in the building, different levels. But though you're moving, you're not doing. You're just standing.
Yeah.
You're just there. But yet you're doing, but yet you're not doing. You're moving, but you're not moving, but you're moving. And it's a concept that Jesus has taught us, that when we come into Christ, he begins to work through us and to do things through us that we don't have to work to do. He does the work in us. It's the rest. The scripture says in Hebrews 4, verse 9, "There remaineth therefore a rest to the people of God.
Yeah.
For he that is entered into his rest, he also hath ceased from his own works, as God did from his. Let us labor therefore to enter into that rest, lest any man fall after the same example of unbelief."
Yes. Even Psalms chapter 23 starts off, "The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. He maketh me to lie down in green pastures. He leadeth me besides the still waters." I don't know about you, but when I read that scripture, when I hear that scripture, I think of rest.
Yes. So, John, there's a story of two old boys who went ice fishing at a competition, and they set up their little ice tent and began to try to catch fish. No luck. Couldn't catch nothing. Finally, one looked at the other guy and said, go over to the neighbors over there in the next tent over and see if they're catching anything. He came back directly and said, "Man, they got fish everywhere over there." He said, "But I think they're cheating." His son said, "Yeah." He said, "Yeah." He said, "They actually cut a hole in the ice over there." If we're working too hard, we're probably doing it wrong.
Yeah.
Jesus said, for the Christian, there's rest.